Ladies and gentlemen, friends, and seekers of something more, let's start with a simple but uncomfortable truth. The person you are today is not the person you are capable of becoming. Somewhere inside you, buried under the weight of bad habits, fear of judgment, and the exhausting business of simply getting through the day, there is a sharper, brighter, more powerful version of you waiting to be unlocked. We spend so much time comparing our raw, unedited, behind-the-scenes reality to everyone else's highlight reel. We scroll through social media and think, they've made it, I haven't. But here's the secret. Becoming your best version has nothing to do with being better than anyone else. It has everything to do with being more fully you than you were yesterday. So how do we do it? How do we strip away the layers of should and maybe to reveal the masterpiece underneath? First, you have to murder the ghost of who you think you should be. From the moment we are born, the world hands us a script. Get good grades, get a safe job, look a certain way, act a certain way. We become architects of our own cages, building walls out of other people's opinions. If you want to become your best version, you must ask the scariest question of all. What do I actually want? Not your parents, not your partner, not your boss, you. The best version of you is not a clone of a successful CEO or an influencer. It is the unique combination of your passions, your weird quirks, and your specific gifts. Stop editing yourself to fit in. Start amplifying what makes you different. That difference is your power. Second, understand that the best version of you is not a destination, it is a daily discipline. We love the idea of transformation, the montage in the movie where the hero trains for 30 seconds and emerges ripped and wise. But real life is boring. Real life is brushing your teeth when you don't want to. Real life is choosing the salad when the fries are right there. Real life is reading 10 pages of a book instead of watching one more episode of the show you don't even like. These tiny, unglamorous decisions are the bricks of your future self. Every time you choose effort over ease, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. Do not underestimate the compound interest of small, consistent actions. A year from now, you will wish you had started today. So start, not tomorrow morning with a grand plan. Start right now with the smallest possible step. Third, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, your inner voice. If you spoke to your best friend the way you speak to yourself, would you still have a best friend? Of course not. That little voice that says, you're not good enough, you'll fail like you always do. Who do you think you are? That is not the truth. That is fear wearing a disguise. To become your best version, you must become a ruthless gatekeeper of your own mind. When that negative thought appears, do not argue with it. Simply acknowledge it and ask, is this thought useful? Does it make me stronger or smaller? Then consciously replace it with a better thought, not a delusional one, but a constructive one. Instead of I can't do this, say, I can't do this yet, but I can learn. The brain believes what you tell it repeatedly. Tell it a better story. Fourth, embrace the beautiful destruction of failure. I know that sounds like a bumper sticker, but listen carefully. Most people live small lives because they are terrified of looking foolish. They stay in the job they hate, the relationship that drains them, the city that bores them because it's safe. But safety is the enemy of greatness. The best version of you has failed more times than the current version has even tried. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a required course. It's how you build resilience. It's how you learn what doesn't work. It's how you find out who you really are when the floor falls out. The goal is not to avoid failure. The goal is to fail forward. Fall down, scrape your knee, get up, take the lesson, and move on with a little more wisdom and a lot less ego. The most interesting people in history are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who got up one more time than they fell down. Fifth, curate your environment like a museum of excellence. You have heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's true. If you are the smartest person in your friend group, you are in the wrong friend group. If your environment is cluttered, negative and chaotic, your mind will be cluttered, negative and chaotic. Take a hard look at your life. Who drains your energy? Remove them or limit your time with them. Who inspires you to reach higher? Invite them in. What do you watch, read, and listen to? If your media diet is fear and outrage, your soul will become fearful and outraged. Feed your mind with ideas that challenge you, books that grow you, and conversations that lift you. Your environment is either a workshop for your best self or a museum of your past self. You get to choose which. Finally, and this is the most important part, be radically kind to the person you are right now. There is a dangerous myth that to become your best self, you must hate your current self into changing. You must punish, criticize, and whip yourself into shape. That is a lie. That path leads to burnout and shame. The best version of you grows from a seed of self-compassion, not a weed of self-contempt. Look in the mirror and accept that you are a work in progress. You have made mistakes. You have wasted time. You have hurt people and been hurt. So what? That is the raw material. That is the soil. You cannot change what you do not accept. Forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know. Forgive yourself for the years you lost to fear. Then, from that place of forgiveness, step forward. So here is your challenge. Starting tonight, stop waiting for a miracle. Stop waiting for permission. The only person who can save you, elevate you, and unleash you is the person staring back at you in the mirror. Do not go to your grave with your music still inside you. The world does not need another copy of someone else. It needs the unique, authentic, imperfect, striving, brilliant version of you. Stand up, take a breath, and take one step, just one. That is how you begin. That is how you win. That is how you become, not someone else's idea of perfect, but the absolute, undeniable best version of you. Thank you.